Happy Feminine Fridays, but this is actually going to be a collective message. You know what? Hold on 1 second. Let me take my Bluetooth off. Alright, so hey boos, hi. So this is a Divine Feminine Friday, but this is going to actually be a collective message because I feel that this is something that Divine Masculines and Divine Feminines need to hear. I want to talk to you guys today about the difference between an abundant mindset and a scarcity mindset. Because I think oftentimes we don't realize, those of us that have been raised a certain way, those of us who have been raised in a like a poverty mindset, or those of us that have been raised in households where things may have been limited, or we may have had to go without things. We actually live our lives very differently. So, let me step back. So, welcome to Divine Feminine Fridays, which is actually going to be a collective message. Let me tell y'all who I am. I am Regal Essence. I'm QueenTv. I'm QueenTv at the dark. I'm your ray of sunshine in the afternoon time. I'm life as a laid-back mom. I'm life as a love goddess. I'm your crystal healer and dealer, and I'm your past life princess. Hey, booze, hey. So, hey, everybody. So, happy Friday. I hope y'all got something dope. I hope y'all got something dope and amazing planned for the weekend. Me, myself, me and my daughter gonna do a little pop out tonight. We are going to Powerhouse. And I can say that on this video because by the time this is posted, Powerhouse will be done and over with. Because, you know, I don't be letting people know what my whereabouts is. You know what I'm saying? I gotta protect the brand. So anyway, hey booze, hey. So I want to talk to you guys about the difference between a scarcity mindset and an abundant mindset, because I don't think that some of us realize that, like, the way we were raised and the things that we had growing up, and even the things that we didn't have growing up, they really make a difference as to how it is that you go about life, right? And when you are living in a scarcity mindset, you tend to hold on to things in a different manner. You feel the need to be in control. You feel the need to, actually what you kind of do is, like, you get in the way of, like, certain ebbs and flows in life. And you spend your time and your energy trying to control things and trying to control how things go, and trying to exert power, exert a sense of control in a lot of your life situations, versus those people who have been raised with more liberty. They have more of the things that they want in life. They're not going without. They may not know what it feels like to have to, like, really sacrifice or not have all of their needs met or have all of the things that they need, right? But as we start to step into spirituality and we realize that God will supply all of our needs, He is going to be there for us, however it is that we need Him, right? And we need Him in areas of our finances. We need Him in areas of our mental and emotional health. We need Him in areas of protection, things of that nature. So we need to be protected from people that don't mean us any good. We need financial stability so that we can just live comfortably throughout our life, right? And everybody has a different desire for what it is that they want to have in life, right? Different people may have different ideas of how it is that they want life to go for them. Some of us have more lofty dreams or ideas, say, maybe, than others, right? But either way, as we step into spirituality and we step into divine alignment, then we know that whatever is for us first of all, we're going to desire those things, right? And with that being the case, there's no reason that those things should be withheld from us, because we're taught, if you come from a Christian background, you're taught that God will give you the desires of your heart, right? Now, initially, you may think like, okay, so the desires of my heart, like the things that I desire, the things that I feel that I want, God will give me those things, right? But in actuality, God is actually putting the want for certain things within you, because those are the things that he's bringing to you, right? So there is a certain life that I know that I will live. There's a certain life that I am preparing to live, right? And that preparation, that desire comes from the Most High, because he has to prepare me for the things that he already knows is to come, right? He has to put that want and that yearning within me so that he can prepare me for the day that he actually manifests those things in my life, right? And there's certain steps that you take, and certain trials and tribulations and tests that you go through in order to prepare you for the life that God has for you, right? And we don't always understand why it is that we have to go through all of the things that we go through, but at the end of the day, we realize that everything was a test. Everything was a level of preparation for the life that we are supposed to live, right? And we're not going to always understand everything as we're going through those things, but as we go through our different tests, as we pass the tests, as we go through different trials and tribulations, we experience certain levels of a level up, right? We experience growth, we experience healing, and those things are it's crazy, because those are things that we can't necessarily prepare for. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't prepare for it. But God knows that if he takes us through certain situations, and as we begin to make certain choices and decisions within those situations, we prepare ourselves more and more for our greater outcome, right? Greater outcome meaning those things that are to come that we haven't quite seen yet, that are bigger than where it is that we are now, and they may even be beyond the scope of our imagination, right? So yeah, you guys, and so that is what that's what alignment looks like, right? Tests, trials, and when I say tests and trials, I mean certain situations that you have to go through with people, certain situations that you have to go through, say maybe on your job or just within life. And sometimes it's just like, oh my God, like, I mean, did I really have to go through all of these things? But we have no way of knowing how those things will play out for us later, right? And then certain times we come into certain situations, we just be like, dang, okay, so that's why I went through that, right? For example, like, it may be people, like, you may meet somebody and you feel like you really like this person, you're really vibing with this person, you really want to be with this person, you may feel like this person is the end all be all, right? But you don't know that God has something better for you. God has something bigger for you. God has something greater for you, right? And that particular person that you thought was the end all be all, in actuality, they were a test. They were a test to see if you would settle, right? They were a test to see if you would stand up for yourself and stand up for what it is that you believe in. Stand up for what it is that you deserve out of life, right? And as we go throughout those tests, God can judge just where we are in life. God can judge just what things he can trust us with. God can judge whether or not we are prepared for what it is that we say that we're prepared for. He can judge whether or not we are prepared for the things that we say that we want, right? Because sometimes we say we want certain things, but we don't know what all comes with it, right? But God does. So for that reason, he will put us through certain tests, certain trials, certain tribulations, so to speak. We will experience wins. We will experience losses. And in those losses, that is whenever you have the opportunity to really level up spiritually, right? So the decision that you make whenever you're in your down season, the decisions that you make whenever you're losing everything, right? The decisions that you make when people are turning their backs on you, when they're lying on you, when the flying monkeys, you know, when the narcissist is throwing the flying monkeys and things of that nature. The decisions that you make in those times really qualify you for the things that, number one, you say that you want, right? And then number two, the things that God has for you and has in store for you that you're not even aware of, right? So I was starting to realize that, like, you know, it's a big difference between an abundant mindset and a scarcity mindset. So on my job, like, basically, as a teacher, whatever it is that I want for my class, I can have it, I can get it, I can order it, right? And I just pay attention to, like, the way my bosses handle things. I pay attention to the way the parents of my children handle things. I'm no longer working in an inner city environment, and it's much different, right? It's almost like the land of milk and honey versus being within a famine, right? And the sad thing is, a lot of times we were raised in a scarcity mindset. We were raised in situations that have created a scarcity mindset. Scarcity means I don't have everything that I need. I don't have everything that I want. I'm not going to have everything that I want. So whatever it is that I get, I need to hold on to it dearly, right? Whatever it is that I have, like, I have to, you know, ration it out, you know, versus just being free and open and having a very free and open heart, because scared money don't make no money, number one. And just knowing that, like, whatever it is that I have, there's more, right? You know, there's, like they say, there's more where that came from. And that's really what having an abundant mindset feels like. Understanding that there's more from there's more where that came from. Yeah, I don't know why I keep trying to add extra words to it. But just living your life knowing that, like, oh yeah, there's more where that came from where that came from. You know what I'm saying? And that really makes a difference and how it is that you go about life, you know. My teachers, my owners, they brought in, you know, all of these new toys and stuff like that for me to add to my class. Some of the things that I ordered, some things that I didn't order, and it's just like, they're just so, like, free, like, whatever it is that you need. And I'm like, well, you know, I went to, you know, the empty kindergarten classroom, and I saw this, and this that I really liked. So, you know, we borrowed it, and da-da-da. And they're just like, oh, yeah, that's fine. You know, don't worry about it. And I was like, what I'll do is, whatever I like, I'll just let the co-owner know, and I'll just have her order it. And then I can, you know, I can replace it. And they're just like, or however it is that you want to do. And I just, like, when she left out the room, I'm just like, wow, like, some of us don't know what it is to just not have to worry about having what it is that we want. You know what I'm saying? Some of us don't have to, like, just, it was just like, oh, sure, like, all right, well, you know, however you want to do it, like, just let me know. It wasn't that need to be in control, like, wait, well, what is it? And make sure that you did it, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's just such a freeness, right? And it's such a non-stressful place to be, you know? And I was just like, wow, you know, like, that really shows the difference between living in scarcity and just living in abundance, right? Knowing that there's milk and honey, like, there's a free flow of resources. There's a free flow of whatever it is that you need. So with that being the case, like, I don't have to act like, oh, I got this new stuff, I ain't gonna let my kids play with it, I'm not gonna do this, that, or the other. And I realize that sometimes parents that have been raised in a scarcity mindset, like, we handle our children differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to be in control, and we want to say, no, you can't do this, and yes, you can. You know what I mean? Like, we want to stifle out the joy of other people, stifle out how it is that, you know, people are able to do things. Like, we just, you know what I mean? Like, we just want to be the boss, and we just want to get in there, and we just want to take charge and just exert so much power and dominance, you know? Sometimes I look at the way that certain people deal with the children, and I'm just like, you know, like, that's not for us. You know, some of us come from a certain way of living, a certain way of being. We've seen a certain level of a certain way of parenting, you know, and sometimes I see that creep into the atmosphere that we're in now, and it's just like, you know what, like, there's really no place for that type of energy, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is not that, you know. And we have to understand that as God takes us up a level, right? As God levels us up, as God glows us up, but most of all, as he levels us up, we have to also elevate our mind, elevate our way of thinking, elevate our way of handling certain situations, and just step into an abundant mindset, right? The abundant mindset allows for the ebb and flow. The abundant mindset is a mindset of, wow, we're in the land of milk and honey, right? An abundant mindset, it releases the need to be in control of everything, right? It releases the need to want to stifle out other people's happiness and other people's joy. You know what I'm saying? Children are so innocent, and like, sometimes I just see people wanting to just stifle out that joy and that innocence and that freeness that children tend to flow in, right? And I realize that comes from having a scarcity mindset or being raised in a poverty mindset. And I just want to remind my collective to just, as you elevate, as God starts to show you different things, and as we start to talk about abundance and having what it is that we want, we also have to allow our mind to be more open to what abundance really looks like, right? Allow our mind to be more open to living without the shackles of lack, right? Because like I said before, lack creates a need to be in control of everything, because it feels like it always has to hoard some things for itself, or it has to get in the way and kind of like slow up the progression, slow up the flow, versus just being free. You know what I'm saying? Just being free and knowing that, like, there's more where that came from. So I just want to encourage you guys to just really step into your abundant flow, right? And allow your mind to be released from the shackles of lack. And with that, you're going to realize that you're a lot less stressed, right? You're a lot more happy. You're a lot more at peace, right? Because you just allow life to flow. You just allow life to flow. And you always understand that, like, there's more where that came from. And when you realize there's more where that came from, it's some more of that. It's some more, and some more, and some more, and some more, some more. Life becomes so much sweeter. So much sweeter. So yeah, you guys, that's what I had for you guys today on this Divine Feminine Fridays, which is going to be a collective Friday, because this is going to be a collective message. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all. I just wanted to drop that in your spirit. I just want to drop that in you guys' spirit. Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday, y'all. Yeah, so if you like what I had to say, drop me an emoji. Drop me the I'll let y'all figure it out. Drop me an emoji, drop me a heart, drop me a comment, right? Hit the bell button so you know every time that I post up. Like the video, share it with your friends, and remember, I love you. Peace.
Just drop me a new